I'm 41 later this month and I'm in better shape than I've ever been. I always used to think of 40 as being old. I suppose prove to myself that age shouldn't be a limiting factor. And so to be in the shape that I'm in, and huge credit to Harry, huge credit to you and the team for putting the blueprint together that really made it. I'm incredibly busy with my working life. I've got 2 kids, running multiple businesses. My plate was already stacked, and I thought rather than waiting for the right time, the reality is there's never a right time. So let's take that jump now and commit to a coach that can help me optimize my time, help me optimize my health and fitness journey. I look and feel better at 40 than I've ever looked. Seeing what Harry and the team had done with busy professionals and dads and business owners that are limited on time, that spoke to me, and that was a situation that I was in, and that's why I thought, right, I feel like Harry is probably the guy. I feel like Lean for Life are the coaches for me. And 5-6 months later, I can honestly say that that was a correct decision. If I can do it at 40 with 2 kids, multiple jobs, then I don't think anyone's got an excuse to not do it. It's not about finding time, it's about making time. And if you don't prioritize your health and fitness now, then you're potentially going to have to you're not going to have a choice but to try and fix problems that might come in the future. So no excuses. I've yo-yoed quite a lot between different things, different fads, I suppose you could call them. I've done Herbalife, drinking the raspberry teas and the meal replacement shake. Done body coach stuff, the Joe Wicks program. I've had other online coaches. I've tried keto. I think I did a juice diet once. And all of those things are, for short term, you can get results, but they're shortcuts, some of them anyway, or it's difficult to sustain for long periods. It's impacted all areas of my life, really. From a business perspective, there's a certain level of confidence that I carry. It's just different. I've always been confident in myself. I've always been good with people. I've always, worked in teams and things like that. But there's a certain level of confidence that you have when you are in shape, and the way you hold yourself and the way that you carry and conduct and present yourself is just different. And from an energy perspective, I've got more energy. I've got 2 children that I'm chasing around all day. I think beyond that, just mental clarity in day-to-day things, whether that's mental clarity from an organisational perspective, mental clarity from the decisions that I have to make, both professionally and personally. Everything, it's like a fog has kind of been lifted in many ways, and I owe so much of that to the fitness side, to the training and to the diet and to the mindfulness that I have with what I'm putting into my body and the positive impact that's had on what I'm able to output. So yeah, immeasurable differences and immeasurable changes that I've made, and it's very easy to make excuses, particularly when you're busy, particularly when you've got kids, when you're working hard, you're working a lot. And so I don't think I was as skeptical about Harry's ability to help me and to kind of deliver the results. It was more probably a skepticism about whether I could be true to myself and stick to the plan as concisely as I needed to get those results. But I quickly learned from initial onboarding calls, from the initial programming, and then after the first few check-ins, I was like, right, this guy kind of gets me. There's a synergy there. The team is strong. The way that the program was set out is something that I enjoy, which is so important if you're going to sustain it. If you don't enjoy something, then you're not going to stick to it long term. So any skepticism I had was very quickly wiped out. I would say to somebody that's sat on the fence, do it. 100% do it. You won't regret it, and your future self is going to thank you for it. And if you're anything like me, looking in the rearview mirror 5-6 months, you'll regret not starting sooner. I can't say enough positive things about Harry. I can't say enough positive things about the team. The way that they build the programming out, the way that they support you every step of the way, the level of expertise, the level of knowledge, the flexibility that they have, always having somebody at the end of a WhatsApp or at the end of the phone that you can ask questions to, and it's so powerful to kind of have that person in your corner that can guide you and steer you, that's got that experience, that's got that expertise, but that also understands the realities of life. One of the things that I've learned is you haven't got to be in the gym for 2 hours at a time, 6 days a week. You haven't got to be doing hours and hours of cardio to lose fat. The thing that Harry and the team really nail is the real world, and the fact that real people with time constraints and other commitments you don't need to make these crazy, carve out crazy windows of time to prepare food and be hugely restrictive on your nutrition or spend hours and hours doing cardio and training. And the thing that spoke to me before working with Harry was the fact that he understood that, and I now realise that the guys really do know what it takes to create something that's sustainable for people that are somewhat time restricted, and that you can get results. 3 times a week I train. I'm in a habit now where, from a nutrition perspective, I know what I'm doing, I've got meals that I enjoy, and the programming is so simple to follow that it's very difficult to fail. If you've got the discipline and you've got the commitment and you trust the process, then you can't lose. So if you're sitting on the fence, jump off the fence and commit now, because your future self's going to thank you and you're going to wish you'd started sooner.